All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Brant Miller and Friends Private Showcase. And I'm excited to be here at Farm. And thanks to everyone, Annie, and all the organizers for putting this great conference on. And Kiara is going to be doing our, helping with the tech tonight. And I really, really appreciate Kiara helping with the farm, a lot of farm tech stuff. But we have some great artists and writers tonight who everyone writing, going to be performing original songs. And our first set that's going to go on for about an hour, we're going to have Michael and Nell, who you can see up there, I'm sure, and we're going to have them up here in a second, starting out. And then we're going to have Pete Kronowitt, who is Michael and Nell from East Nashville here across the river from me. I'm in Nashville. Pete Kronowitt's going to be coming in here from San Francisco, California. And then we're going to have Julie and John Pennell coming, another East Nashville duo. All friends of mine who I really appreciate you playing with me tonight. And then I'll be kind of finishing off each of in the rounds, and we're going to try to go around 3 times. So anyway, I guess I'll hand it over to, I'm going to give a little intro for these guys though, because I want to give credit where credit's due. And Michael and Nell are Nashville-based Americana folk artists. Their album Welcome Home contains songs of social justice as well as some humorous selections. It's a great album. Their album Welcome Home was number 5, and they were number 7 artists on the August 2020 Folk Alliance folk charts, and as well as being the number 7 artist, with their rendition of Steve Goodman's Election Year Rag reaching the number 3 song. They created the acclaimed multimedia Joe Hill Roadshow in 2016 and have performed it many times in person and virtually. They released their companion Joe Hill Roadshow CD the same year, and if you ever get a chance, watch that. It's really interesting and wonderful, historic and current songs, and you got to check it out. So, without further ado, welcome, please, Michael and Nell.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Brant. It's good to be here with you. And I'm going to put another little feather in Nell's cap. The song that we're about to do is called Displacement Blues. And this song was named by one of the writers in the Tennessean as Nashville's newest social justice anthem.
And this song, I looked out our window here in East Nashville, and this is the song I wrote. But it's about our city, but it could be certainly about San Francisco, where Pete is, which is my hometown, and many, many cities all over the country. We're talking about a terrible housing crisis in this country. Mm-hmm. So this is called the Displacement Blues.
There were jams at twilight on my street. Those banjos and fiddles sure sounded sweet. I used to love this old town, but now I can't keep up with what's going down. Eviction notice on my door. There's a wrecking crew I can't ignore. Gonna smash my home down to the ground. I can't keep up with what's going down. They build skinny, ugly houses, cookie cutter style. You can't fix that with granite tile. Some people say greed is good till it wheels and deals in your neighborhood. Single mom's got the displacement blues. Landlord got an offer he can't refuse. They towed her car off to the pound. Now I can't keep up with what's going down. If old Leadbelly was still around, he'd They'd say we're living in another bourgeois town where poor folks just keep losing ground. You know, I can't keep up with what's going down. Gonna pack my bags and move along. Detroit City might like my song. Won't sell my soul to stick around. You know, I can't keep up with what's going down.
And every
Wow.
word is true.
All right.
That's great.
And I just want to say one thing. Michael, you want to tell them why you're not playing
Oh,
guitar
okay.
tonight?
Normally the configuration would be guitar and piano, but I had a shoulder replacement surgery 5 weeks ago, so no guitar for you. for a
So
while.
I'm going to have to carry you all here tonight. So wish, yeah.
You're doing a great job, and Pete's coming up, but Michael's a really great guitarist, so we look forward to him coming back too. But this is sounding great. And all right, well, thank you guys. That's a great song. So meaningful these days, and unfortunately relevant more and more so. Well, next up we have Mr. Pete Kronowitt, who is coming to everyone here from San Francisco, California. Pete's a great guy and a good friend, and met him at a folk alliance in early 2020, the one in New Orleans. And he describes himself as an activist with a music problem. Pete's September 2020 album, Do Something Now, is a call to action to encourage more civic engagement. In early 2020, Pete founded Face the Music Collective, a guide for creative activists utilizing performances to inspire targeted individual action, one event at a time. After recruiting more than 70 artists, Face the Music Collective has raised over $50,000 for grassroots organizations and campaigns with over 50 live and online performances. Pete just completed a 5-show music tour helping Virginia state legislative races, raising money and recruiting over 25 volunteers for campaigns. So great work, Pete, and it's a great organization that I've taken part in as well. So it's great to have you.
It's great to be here, Brant, and it's an honor. I really appreciate you inviting me, and it's so fun to be here with Michael and Nell, who's also been part of our community discussions and are part of our little collective. And yeah, I guess I've been busy, and it's really weird to hear all that. Even though I sent it to you. It's been a heck of a 5 years, between activism and music. So, but we're all exhausted. We're all, those of us who have been engaged, it's just been an intense time, but this is not the time for us to take the eye off the ball. So upcoming, in November, there's a very important climate conference happening in Scotland, COP26. And, I have a couple of climate songs on this new album. I'm going to play this one. It's kind of cute. Well, as cute as a climate change song can be. So I assume people will know the reference to a roly-poly. If you don't, you're probably on the internet right now, so you can look it up. Sitting in the garden chair, there's a roly-poly over there, touching many rows into a ball. There's no plan B for the roly-poly. Got a feeling I'm headed for a fall. Like trying to jiggle flow, roly-poly doing so. Butterflies won't have a place to land. Sink or swim, but we still care. Will the roly-poly still be there if we say we've done our very best? do I choose to sit and wait? Where the choices that we make, is there something more that we can do? Can I make a difference to what happens next? Yeah, there's some things I could do. Rising tides will sink our shores, bumblebees won't buzz no more, butterflies won't have a place to rest. Sink and swim, will we still care? Will the roly-poly still be there if we say we've done our very best? Can we handle what will happen next?
All right.
Thank you.
That's a great one. For those who aren't familiar with the roly-poly, it's a little, I guess like pill bugs is another name for it? Or?
Pillbug is another name for it. And here's a little fun fact. The roly-poly is not an insect.
Oh,
It's like a crab or a lobster. It's actually a crustacean.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Fun
another
fact.
interesting fact. Well, thank you so much, Pete. That was great. And I guess, yeah, we're going to have Julie and John Pennell up next, coming from Nashville. And they're going to do, give them a little intro here. These are some more good friends of mine, and we've played a few shows together too. And John and Julie decided to combine their musical talents in the early days, 2010, and began performing together as a musical duo. Both have considerable songwriting accomplishments associated with their names. For example, Alison Krauss, Eva Cassidy, Sam Bush, infamous String Dusters, Mo Pitney, and Alan Jackson credits, as well as a significant log of time as performing musicians. They currently have 2 CDs, a 7-song LP release, Julie and John Pennell, and have released the second album of newly written songs, Keep On Walking. It's a great record, recorded at Dark Shadow Recording Studio by Stephen Mogan, which reached number 5 on the 2020 folk music charts. Whoop. So, Julie and John?
Hi, Brant. Thanks for having us join your event here tonight. It's really nice to be here and nice to see some familiar faces and meet some new songwriting friends. And we're going to do a song here for you called Your Body Never Forgets. My Body Never Forgets. I don't know about anybody else's, but it's a bit of a swing tune, so we hope that you like it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Pick up smoking, never knowing what you may be going through years down the road. When you're 60 and your world's green, it may seem you can never grow old. But here I am, can't hardly breathe. I got no tricks left up my sleeve. It's a good thing I don't have time to dwell on regrets. Your body never forgets. I was jaded, dislocated, running nowhere but moving fast. Got drunk in cheap bars, I left some deep scars. I didn't think that pain could last. But here I am, can't hardly breathe. I got no tricks left up my sleeve. It's a good thing I don't have time to dwell on regrets. Your body never forgets, it never forgets. Your body never forgets.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I love that song. I love that song. And like I was telling them before in the sound check, I really wish I could be playing harp on that song, harmonica. I've done that, and it's a great one. So thanks, Julie and John. And I guess...
Brant, you're next.
It's me?
I want to thank you for being so nice as to have us on your show again. Brant's an incredibly gracious fellow. So, Brant Miller's 2020 release, Roots, Rhymes, and Branches, reached number 14 on the international folk radio charts, with his timely song, Where Now, America, reaching number 12. Brant, an 8-time winner or finalist in the Chris Austin Songwriting Contest, lives in Nashville and now makes music full-time, along with political and environmental activism. Here is Brant.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Yeah, in fact, speaking of Where Now America, I'm going to start with that song. I think it's something that's been inspired by the events of the last several years and that are still happening. And so it's a question I think a lot of us have right now. It's raining in New York Harbor today. Miss Liberty's crying again. Still guiding the way with a torch in her hand, but she knows her light is fading. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, she calls out to all. But she's getting harder to hear every day, the higher we're building these walls. Washington, Jefferson, Teddy, and Abe watch sadly from their cliffside home. Their eyes are pleading, men die for those freedoms, for God's sake, leave them alone. Whatever happened to we the people? Are you all out of your minds? If we could only break loose from this rock, we'd set things straight one more time. Where now, America, land of the free, of by and for the people, doesn't mean just for me. Seems like our better angels have all flown the coop. Where now, America, it's up to me and you. Tempers are flaring and temperatures rising as left and right take their shots. Even the redwoods are thinking of moving to Canada, things are so hot. Hurricanes pounding, huge fires raging, as more and more green turns to brown. I wish I was kidding, but Nero keeps fiddling as this whole country burns down. Where now, America, land of the free, of by and for the people, doesn't mean just for me. It's time for our better angels to fly to our rescue. Where now, America, it's up to me, it's up to me and you. It's raining in New York Harbor today, Miss Liberty's crying again. Thank you.
Good one.
Good one. We love that song, Brant. That's such a great song. It really is.
Appreciate it. Well,
Yeah.
I guess Michael and Nell, you guys are coming around again.
Here we go.
Okay, we're gonna do something called Barneys Song, and it goes like this. He paid cash for his Pontiac, he never went in debt. The Great Depression's lessons he never will forget. Paid his house off in 6 years. He didn't trust the banks. He had to make his way without help or thanks. Oh, Barney was a working man, a proud proletarian. He used his hands to earn a living, used his brain to fight fat cats. Oh, he stood up to the bosses and he held his head up high, and he always took a stand on the side of the little guy. When he was just 14, he had to quit school to work in a factory where he learned to use tools. And then he joined the union 'cause he could clearly see that working folks would only win through solidarity. Oh, Barney was a working man, a proud proletarian. He used his hands to earn a living, used his brain to fight fat cats. He said, never go in debt, hold your head up high, and always take a stand on the side of the little guy. Today no one's a worker, we're all middle class. We spend our money on stuff that's built not to last. Oh, we buy it all on credit, and when it's time to pay the rent, at the end of the month, all the money's spent. It's been 20 years since he passed away, but I look at his picture in my wallet every day. Wouldn't be here now, wouldn't be who I am, if it wasn't for the love of my old man. Yes, Daddy was So that's a true story about my father.
And we have a show and tell.
So I just, Pete, I wanted you in particular to see this picture. This is a picture of me and my father in San Francisco at Community Music School on Cap Street. You know where Cap Street is in the Mission District?
I certainly do.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, that's me and my dad at Community Music School, and for years they used that picture. I was in high school in San Francisco, and they were still using that picture at Community Music School. Me and my father. So, kind of a historic picture.
I love that, and it's
Wonderful
such a
story.
great, beautiful song. I mean,
Thank you.
Standing up for the little guy. I love that.
That was him. That was him, man.
All right.
I mean,
Well,
that's what my dad taught me.
He did?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
So, born in New Jersey, at 9 years old, we moved to Florida. Matter of fact, okay, so here's a little story. And you kind of inspired me to sing this song. I don't sing this song that much, but it's on my new album. It took me a long time to write it. So when I was about 10 years old, my and this will get to your question. When I was about 10 years old, my parents invited these 4 couples to come over our little apartment in North Miami. And that was the beginning of the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation.
Oh, wow.
My dad, he was invited to come to Florida, to move to Florida, by my uncle. So he left his kind of cush job with my uncle, and he became executive director, and then my mom became the first president.
Wow.
And then, the next 10 years of our life were just consumed with the foundation.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah. And the thing, I think the thing that I learned, the thing that I took away from that experience when I look back on it, because, the organization exists in a different form now. The core organization that they created is still around. They've, millions and millions of dollars later. What I learned is that, if you have patience and persistence and just a whole lot of passion, a small group of people can have a lasting impact.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
It's hard to me never forget that a small group of people can change the world. In fact, it's the only way that it ever happens. To paraphrase or, yeah, well, that's great. Well, can't wait to hear the song. All right.
I was thinking maybe I was thinking maybe I'll play it, but now you motivated me, so here it is. You can make this world a better place, and do it with style and grace. Just choose your words precisely with care. Sprinkle some love and be aware. Ladybugs fill the room that day, and I knew she'd fly away. Simply look around, think about what you see, then you can judge without certainty. A half cup of doubt, but know that you can blend in some hope, then mix by hand. Ladybugs fill the room that day, and I knew she'd fly away. almost every day. Maybe that's enough to remember her that way. That's what my mom taught me in life. You can't change the world one thing at a time.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let me get back on here. Yeah, that's really sweet, Pete. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Meaningful lyrics, and love the melody. Great job. All right, well, we're going to bring on Julie John Pennell again, all the way from across the Cumberland River in East Nashville from where I am. It's like,
Hey, hello.
right,
Well, we're hopping all over the world here tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
we are.
Like United Nations of music. Or United Nation. Thank you for sharing that really cool picture, Nell, of you and your dad. That was so sweet, and have that same connection with my dad. And anyway, we're gonna do a song tonight. Friends of ours in East Tennessee, Jeff Barbara and Sarah Perkle, wrote this song, and we want to do it for a lot of people that we love. These flowers were brought to me by my friend Judy Wallstrom today, who has been such a light for our family ever since we've lived in Nashville, since I lived in Nashville. My friend Ingrid, who's recovering from surgery today, a little girl that went to church with us that got hit by a truck in Inglewood this week. There's just a lot of people in need of prayers, and this song is called Prayer for My Friends, and we're gonna sing it for you tonight, and hope you like it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm taking a moment to pray for my friends, a handful of people on whom I depend. Our pathways are different, but I love them no less. I'm hoping their sorrows will end. Oh, tonight I pray for my friends when I don't know the answers, and I search for the truth and hope that my judgment will carry me through. I'm so grateful for the people I have in my life. They help me to do what is right. They help me to do what is right. I'm taking a moment to pray for my friends, a handful of people on whom I depend. Our pathways are different, but I love them no less. I'm hoping their sorrows will end. Oh, tonight I pray for my friends. All those people I've loved have lost on the way. We've drifted apart, or they've been called away. I hold them so close in my thoughts here tonight. They're dear to my heart for all time. Dear to my heart for all time. I'm taking a moment to pray for my friends, a handful of people on whom I depend. Our pathways are different, but I love them no less. I'm hoping their sorrows will end. Oh, tonight I pray for my friends. Oh, tonight I pray for my friends. Thank you.
That's a lovely song, and let's pray and hope for the recovery of little girl and everybody who's suffering, really. But that is quite a beautiful song. And all right, well, thanks, Julie and John Pennell. I guess it's my turn up again. And I'm gonna go do a little bluegrassy thing. I enjoy writing bluegrass, and I've got a friend, Dave Woodward. We've written a number of songs together. Excuse me. And this is one that we actually had the good fortune last year having recorded by a really good bluegrass band from North Carolina, I believe, called Sideline. And they put a single out on it, the first single on their album, and it went to number 2 on the bluegrass chart. So we were tickled pink with that. And it's one that we do with our band Second Nature, Dave, Don, and I, when we get together to play out sometimes, and we do it a little different, our own way, and this is how we do it. Fast as I can crawl. Forgive me and you'll see me on my hands and knees, coming back as fast as I can crawl. From cheapo crowds along this road to nowhere, I've written you at least 100 times, hoping there's a chance that you might still care and hear my plea in every tear-stained line. Oh, take me back, I never felt so low down. When I walked out, I sure was standing tall. Forgive me and you'll see me on my hands and knees, coming back as fast as I can crawl. Your sweet love should have kept me on the right course. Like a fool I strayed to look for something new. But then your memory knocked me off of my high horse. Now I'm on the cold hard ground and begging you. Oh, take me back, I never felt so low down. When I walked out, I sure was standing tall. Forgive me and you'll see me on my hands and knees, coming back as fast as I can crawl. Yeah, take me back, I never felt so low down. When I walked out, I sure was standing tall. Forgive me and you'll see me on my hands and knees, coming back as fast as I can crawl. Forgive me and you'll see me on my hands and knees, coming back as fast as I can crawl. Woo! Come on, baby, back fast as I'm coming back.
All right.
Good one.
Good bluegrass song. It's great.
All right. Well, we got one more to do for you, and this is kind of self-explanatory. I call it gratitude.
Yeah, this is a song Michael wrote.
I want to thank you, Lord, for giving me this day and letting me see where I stand. I do appreciate you guiding my way and lending this lost child a hand. Spent years doing time in a prison in my grateful for the grace I have found, all the lessons in life and the love all around, lifting me up every time I fall down, and giving me faith to believe. Thank you for loving me. God, I'm grateful for the grace I have found, all the lessons in life and the love all around, lifting me up every time I fall down, and giving me faith to believe. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. And I want to thank Brant again for having me.
Yeah, it's a lovely song, and yeah, I think this is the first time you played it, and I've heard
We
you.
haven't played it out at all, hardly. You
Yeah,
know,
it's a debut right here.
yeah.
You heard it first.
Wow, that's
And someday we'll tell you the backstory on that one.
and the piano is beautiful too. The
Oh, thank you, appreciate it.
gospel-y.
I wish I could play fiddle, but you know, he can't play guitar, so I don't
And I
get
can't play piano either.
it.
Michael does play a mean kazoo. I've tried to get him to,
That's
Oh,
right.
but it wouldn't go too well in the song maybe.
No. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here, and I guess we're gonna go on to Mr. Pete Kronowitt again, if I'm got my order right. There he is from San Francisco, Face the Music Collective founder himself, and man of many talents.
Well, thanks, Brant. Well, in the spirit of staying positive, you know, this is one of those, you know, I don't know who the muse is, but when that muse visits you, you just gotta go with it, right? So I think that's what happened when I came up with this thing. Fried shrimp, clams, some Maryland crabs, big old bucket of beer. The waitress comes round and says, is everything alright? Do you never ever know all the places you will go, all the things that life will show? Just never know. You never ever know. Just learn to take it kinda slow. Take every chance you get to grow. You just never know. There's a long road to hoe. Just take a look at your big toe. Take off your shoe and go. Kick back, enjoy the show. You never ever know all the places you will go, all the things that life will show. Just never know. You never ever know. Just learn to take it kinda slow. Take every chance you get to grow. You just never know. Everything you wanna know, to the airport you should go. Get the ability to set your heart and mind free. And the answers you'll find, they're all locked up in your mind. They were there all along. That's the point of the Seer song. You never ever, never know all the places you'll go, all the things that life will show. Just never know. You never ever, never know. Just learn to take it kinda slow. Take every chance you get to grow. You just never know. All the places you go, all the things in life will show. Take every chance you get to grow. You just never know.
Yeah, Pete, very positive
All right. Woo!
message there. And I just, before you go, so I guess, can you just tell in a short little bit about Face the Music Collective, because there's folks out here may be interested about that, and maybe some artists, musicians who would like to check it out. Just give us a short.
I really appreciate that, Brant. It's a really simple idea. You know, we're not a formal organization. We're a collective of artists who really, it's a community who we're just trying to help each other have a little bit more impact. And the core concept is just really simple. That, you know, there's no like major commitment, but for whatever cause you care about, the idea is to partner with an organization for that cause, which most of us do, but is to work closely with that organization to either put on events or, you know, maybe help you get your video out there. But the main idea is to work with that organization so to craft the call to action that you're going to use during the performance or for that video, so it can be most effective, so it can have the highest impact. And, you know, usually, like, as artists, we try and reach people with our music, we touch people, we get people motivated or inspired. And these organizations, they're really experts in how to, you know, make progress, how to, you know, get a little further in solving the problem that they're organized to address. So that's really the idea. If you want to join, I'll just put a link in the chat. It's just facethemusiccollective.org, or look up Face the Music Collective on Facebook. We have a ton of performances there from all of our artists and all the campaigns that we helped and grassroots organizations that we've helped. Great. So, Brant, I really appreciate the opportunity to perform, but also to give a little plug for Face the Music.
Yeah, well, great to have you, Pete, and thanks for all you do. And I think I'm going to hit the record button. I'm not sure if Farm is recording it too, but I don't know if I'm doing it on YouTube Live, so I know we have that happening and being recorded. So just going to hit that button. Yeah, I kind of messed up on that, but I'm glad we have a backup on the YouTube, and we'll have that for future record even if this doesn't go. All right, just one of those details. All right, thanks, Pete, and we're going to have Julie and John now.
Hey, thank you. It sounds like, Pete, you're following in your parents' footsteps with all the good work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Passion, which is great.
This song we're going to do is we're songwriters, but we're also song finders. And this was written by two friends of mine that I knew from Illinois, Jeff Michael and Bob Marion. They were part of a group that was called Bob and Jeff, and they were in the spirit of what we've been doing here, very much in the spirit of what we've been doing here tonight. But they wrote this song. They live in Pittsburgh now, and we went out there and played. They hooked us up with a couple gigs, and they opened for us to play, and they played this song, and I've always liked this song. It's kind of a roaming, free spirit type of song that you kind of take what you get and go on, I guess. That's the best way that I can put it. But it's called Sitting by a River.
And thank you, Brant, for having us join your party tonight. It was fun.
Oh, it's
And
a
it's on our
pleasure
CD,
having you.
too.
Thank
It's
you
also
for
on our CD.
being out here.
Let's see, so 2. Sitting by a river, Memphis, Tennessee. Look across the muddy water back where I used to be. I got here on a Greyhound and I left a lot behind. Opened up my duffel bag to see what is still mine. How much can you carry down a railroad track? How much can you ask for when you might not come in back? Storm across the river, lightning in the sky. There's a message coming, and it's coming from way up high. Old man walks up to me, he was laughing in the rain. Said, son, you ain't one of us, you go back to where you came. How much can you carry down a railroad track? How much can you ask for when you might not come in back? Sitting in a ballroom, drinking a beer. Over in the corner, 'cause I'm a stranger here. Waitress brings another one. She asks me, how's my day? Want to tell her everything, but what else can you say? How much can you carry down a railroad track? How much can you ask for when you might not come in back? When you might not come in back. Oh, I might not be coming back.
Oh yeah, man, a little rockabilly with some Scotty Moore style lead guitar and some cool bass
Thank
solo. Can't beat that. Well, thanks,
you so much.
Julie and John, for coming, and it was a lot of fun hearing you and hanging out here for a while.
Well, thanks for asking us, Brant. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we'll do it
Nice to hear
again.
everybody.
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna close the hour out with a song, and then we'll move on to the next little group. We might take a very quick break, getting things together, letting folks in and so forth. So Kiara, maybe we'll kind of put it on waiting room or something, or folks can just hang out, and I'm for a few minutes while we get them set up. But anyway, I'm going to do a song that I wrote. It seems like so many that recently I been inspired to write. A lot of them are about, what's happening in the country, and this is the same thing, the division we have today, and I know a lot of songs are being written about that. It's just such a shame. I mean, still believe in what we're doing to try to change things, and I'm not going to stop doing that, but we have to kind of reach out to our fellow man and woman who don't agree and try to at least find some common ground as humans and as people and as friends. So this song's about that. If I can recall how it goes. Okay. Something like that. Well, neighbor, you and I haven't talked in a good while. 'Cause when it comes to politics, we don't see eye to eye. We used to have those barbecues before we built this fence. But life's too short and the day's too long. This don't make no sense. So walk right through this gate. You know it's not too late. 'Cause with a friend is the right side to be on. We'll sit and drink a beer and bend each other's ear till we find something we both can agree on. How about the team? Man, they're on quite a streak. This could be the year they take it all, well, don't you think? Tell me about the wife and kids, I hope they're doing fine. And if you have the time, I'd love to tell you about mine. So walk right through this gate. You know it's not too late. 'Cause with a friend is the right side to be on. We'll sit and drink a beer and bend each other's ear till we find something we both can agree on. There won't be MSNBC or Fox News on the tube. We'll talk about our families, our plans, and all that's new. So walk right through this gate. I can hardly wait. 'Cause with a friend is the right side to be on. We'll sit and drink a beer and bend each other's ear till we find something we both can agree on. Let's sit and drink a beer and bend each other's ear, and we'll find something we both can agree on. Yeah, let's find something we both can agree on.
All right. Woo! Woo!
Thank you. Thank you all. And thanks everyone for Julie and John and Pete and Michael and Nell for joining us for this hour of the Farm Showcase, and for Kiara for doing the tech help, and for Annie and the whole crew there at Farm. And I guess we're going to take a short break and get Vern Culp and Ted Howard, Jessica Ringle in here, and we're going to do another hour or so here to continue the fun. All right. Okay. I'm going to take a quick pause for the cause. All right. Oop. All right. I guess who is everybody present and accounted for?
Well, I'm here.
You're here.
That's not everybody.
So.
Ted and Vern?
I see Vern and Ted. Yep, we're good.
Yeah. Vern
Howdy,
and Ted's
howdy.
Wonderful Adventure.
Woohoo! Yay! It's
Yeah.
the Sitka folks, the
Okay.
Sitka alums.
Well, I think we had a sound check before, so should be pretty good. But we can, each person starts. We can kind of strum and sing it for a second and make sure everything's good. Kiara, are we kind of live now with the?
We are. If you want to change your co-hosting, that would be great, but don't worry about it otherwise, because most people are watching via other places.
Yeah, I think we've got. You're talking about. I think everybody's a co-host. Oh wait, Jessica's not one yet. So everyone can mute themselves and all that good stuff. So okay, I think we're there. So why don't we? We'll get going here. It's great to be here for Farm Virtual Connections Conference 2021, and we just had a great hour with some friends who came by. And I'm Brant Miller, and I live in Nashville, and it's great being able to host one of these private showcases. I've never done that before at Folk Alliance event. So I guess I kind of did once, but this is really cool. So tonight we have the second half. We have I'm calling it the Alaska Connection, because we actually have two great artists and friends. We're all friends here. We have Vern Culp and Ted Howard coming from Sitka, Alaska, and we're 3 hours earlier. And Jessica Ringle, she's coming from Black Mountain, North Carolina, and we all used to live in Sitka back in the late 70s, early 80s, and we met each other there. So we go back a long way, and we've kept up being friends and playing music whenever we can, and so great to be together on this showcase with everybody. So let me first start with Vern, and he's going to start things off for us here, and I guess we can kind of spotlight him too. Great. And thanks. I want to thank Kiara again, if you're just coming in, for helping with a lot with the tech stuff, and she's been a lifesaver for me, that's for sure, and a lot of other people, I'm sure, during this conference. So Vern is a great friend, and let me get a little information that he put together. And Vern's a very kind of a modest guy, so he's not even telling half of what he does. But Vern Culp here is a self-described retired hippie who has been an artist, counselor, Idaho logger, Alaska commercial fisherman, sawmill operator, among other things, and recently retired from owning an Alaskan art gallery in Sitka, Alaska, with his wife, Ruth. He has spent many years in various garage bands and is still writing songs. In fact, he's writing songs that are better than ever. That's what I'm saying. That Vern and his wife Ruth built a home on a small island near Sitka, Alaska. And it's a beautiful place. And Vern also put out an EP several years ago that I had a part in producing. So he's already have some recordings under his belt. It's called Alpha Pi, if you ever want to look it up. But okay, Vern, you're on, and it's great to have you here.
Well, thanks, Brant. I thought you were going to cut down that bio a little bit. It's a lot for me to live down.
Ha ha.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I really appreciate being here and you doing all this. I know it's been a lot of work, and it's really hard for me to imagine. This morning I woke up on this little island in southeast Alaska and got in my skiff and drove into the big island with my guitar over my shoulder, and here I am zooming with my good friends all over the country, and it's pretty amazing. So I'm going to start out with a song called Rolling in the Sand. I know the feel. Behind the wheel, when nothing turns, hey, 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 nothing turns. Hey, 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 nothing turns. I'll teach you the words rolling in the sand, rolling in the sand. Why carry your load? Down the same road. All covered with ruts, deep in the dust. Deep in the dust. You along the road, with nowhere to go. This song's for us. Fly high, high with your heart. Fly high, high with your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's a
So
cool,
beautiful.
kind of a mystical, such a cool vibe on that one, Vern. That's great. Love that one. Thank you. And so I guess we're gonna go on to Jessica Ringle. And I'm gonna let you know a little bit about Jessica. Again, there's a lot more about Jessica that we can't really have time to tell you now, but Jessica Ringle made her first dollar singing in a piano bar in Dayton, Ohio when she was 9 years old. She has since sung rock and blues bands, gigged at weddings, and done solo acoustic spots. Jessica banged her head against the Nashville music biz in the 80s and 90s. I know how that feels. And is now reveling in obscurity, where she continues to write songs and sings for friends. She's hoping to do more with her music once she retires from her job as a psychotherapist in a few years. And she did not say that she's written a novel, which you can find on her website. It's a great read and a really well done first effort, I'll tell you. And she also has recorded some music, so you can go on her website as well for that. And so, Jessica, welcome. And
All right, Brant. Thank you for that intro.
yeah,
And also, thank you so much for having me on here. It's just really a pleasure, and it's always great to be with Sitka people. And just really am enjoying having the opportunity to play a few songs for you. I'm going to really change up the mood, though, there, Vern. Here's that really introspective, mystical song, and I'm just going to blast it out here with a song that was written in the throes of self-pity, and it's called Duking It Out with God. All I want is to be pretty and rich, but all I got was this facial twitch. I'm a flea on a mastodon, but I'll fight on till it gives me the night. I keep duking it out with God. All I want is to have my say, just for once to get my way. Is it too much you ask, or too big a task? Till it spares me the ride, I'll keep duking it out with God. Yeah, man, you know I am. I'll probably go to hell, I don't give a damn. I'll fight to the death till I draw my last breath. Till I'm covered with side, I'll keep duking it out with God. All I want is some cash flow and the love to last for all time. Miracles a piece of cake for him. Why won't he help with mine? He's in his corner and I'm in mine. I've got my boxing gloves on. I'm gonna win this time. You're gonna do right by me. It should be so easy. For one as omnipotent as he, I know it all deity. Now some folks get to have their cake and get to eat it too, but all I got was spam and a case of the blues. It just ain't fair. Hell, I didn't even get good hair. Till it gives me the night, I'll keep duking it out with God. All I want is some cash flow and enough to last for all time. Miracles a piece of cake for him. Why won't he help with mine? They say acceptance is the key. Bow to your fate and go gracefully. Well, I ain't giving in, 'cause that'd mean he'd win. Till it gives me the night, I'll keep duking it out. Till it spares me the ride, I'll keep duking it out. Till it gives me the night, I'll keep duking it out with God.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
great. I love that song. It's always been one of my favorites that you've written, and you've written some great ones. So thanks, Jessica, and let me know how it turns out. No, it's sounding great. So, all right, and we're gonna go to Ted Howard now in Sitka, back to Sitka, Alaska. And,
hey, Brant.
Ted, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, let's see if we can get Ted spotlighted over here.
Yeah, Vern and I were using the same camera.
Okay. Well, great. Yeah. So, if it were the daytime now, we'd be able to see Sitka, Alaska out those windows, right?
Yes.
But
We see the harbor.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to let you know about Ted a little bit. It's what he sent me, and I know there's more than what he says. But Ted traded in his trombone for a guitar after seeing the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show, and has been playing some kind of string music ever since. In 1986, he moved to Sitka, Alaska, and quickly found a spot in Vern Culp's band, Three-Legged Dog. Now that Ted has retired after teaching special needs kids for 35 years, he can play his music anytime he wants. And he's playing some music, all right. Ted will be playing songs that he has written over the past 15 years or so. And Ted also has a, what do you call it, the Sitka Virtual Open
It's
Mic?
Sitka Folk Virtual Open Mic.
Yeah,
It's a Facebook site.
Yeah, so you can go on there and check that out. It's really cool. Some Alaskans and other folks who post videos, and they also have something called the Monthly Grind that Ted takes part in. Vern has, both of these guys I think have organized, and it's where they perform every month and have different artists and do that. So Anyway, we're going to have Ted play one of his original songs from Sitka, Alaska.
Well, thank you, Brant. This is a great opportunity. I sure appreciate that. Well, this song was written because I was thinking of all the ways that a person can get the blues. You can get the blues not having enough money, having a crummy job, having a bad relationship. But there's always somebody, hopefully so you have someone who can keep you from getting the blues. And this song is She Prevents Me from the Blues. And this was written pre-pandemic, but it has a little vaccine in there. When I'm getting blue, my baby comes around. I start feeling better. No more feeling down. Oh, she must have a secret. One thing I know for sure. When I get downhearted, my baby's got the cure. When she comes around, I can't lose. My baby's got the vaccine. She protects me from the blues. Just the other day, I got bad news. It took me by surprise. I was so confused. I wandered around, filled with doubt. My baby made a house call. She straightened me out. When she comes around, I can't lose. My baby's got the vaccine. She protects me from the blues. Men once sang about the troubles that he had. Said the blues ain't nothing but a good man feeling bad. I know that it's true and it's understood that the cure for the blues is a woman feeling good. Comes around, I can't lose. My baby's got the vaccine. She protects me from the blues. Well, we all have aggravations. We all whine and moan. But can you ever face it? Face it all alone. Let me ask you a question. Don't tell me any lies. Or can you really make it with no one by your side? When she comes around, I can't lose. My baby's got the vaccine. She protects me from the blues. When she comes around, I can't lose. My baby's got the vaccine. She protects me from the blues. She protects me from the blues.
Yeah.
All right. Woo!
Very cool. Very
Great
funky.
tune.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it is very relevant now too. Just with the, everybody needs their baby or friends these days a lot to get through these times. And so great. Well, thank you, Ted. And I'm going to come around and do my song. And being a Sitka reunion, as it were, I'm going to do a song that I wrote several years ago when I was down here in Nashville, but about Sitka, which is such a wonderful place, and I fell in love with it when I was there, and really, missed it when I had to leave. The job kind of transferred me against my will, but anyway, so it's such a beautiful place, and there's something in Sitka, which it rains about 100 inches a year, almost, or maybe sometimes more, and we call that in Sitka liquid sunshine. So this song is kind of about that. There's an island I lived on many years ago, in a village nestled in between the mountains and the shore, with just 20 miles of roads between the hemlocks and the waves. We sure lost some miles walking through each other's doors. We'd sing in the galleys gathered all around, with old George's fiddle and the hobbit's mandolin. The wind it would howl and the rain it would pour, but it couldn't douse the fire burning in our souls back then. That Sitka liquid sunshine nearly drove us mad, but it sure brought us together when we were all we had. I still shed a tear under Tennessee blue skies, dreaming of our lives when we were young in the Sitka liquid sunshine. One more fish story down at the Pioneer Bar, washed down with Olympia and chased with our laughter. Then one dark winter's day, those transfer papers came. That ferry took my body, but my heart stayed so long after. In that Sitka liquid sunshine that nearly drove us mad, but it sure brought us together when we were all we had. I still shed a tear under Tennessee blue skies, dreaming of our lives when we were young in the Sitka liquid sunshine. I can close my eyes and be on those docks again, walking by the fishing boats and talking with my friends, in boots of red rubber and our Helly Hansen green. Between the raining bars we never quite dried out, it seems. In that Sitka liquid sunshine that nearly drove us mad, but it sure brought us together when we were all we had. I still shed a tear under Tennessee blue skies, dreaming of our lives when we were young in the Sitka liquid sunshine. Yeah, I still shed a tear under Tennessee blue skies, dreaming of our lives when we were young, in the Sitka liquid sunshine, in that Sitka liquid sunshine, in that Sitka liquid sunshine.
Ooh, nostalgia.
That's good old
Takes
Sitka.
me back.
Good old Sitka. Thank you. Okay, I guess we're coming around. We've already gone around once.
Yeah, I
That's
believe we
amazing.
have.
Vern, Mr. Vern Culp is back up again. Speaking of Sitka,
Well, Brant, I love that song. It brings back many, many, many memories. And
Vern, could you start your video?
oh, I was hiding on you.
yeah.
So,
well, Vern, let's see what you got there, and another.
This is a song that I wrote with a friend of mine. It's
Yeah, push that over a little bit more to you.
oh yeah.
It's got to be the Vern Show.
And we got fancy technology here, the multi-camera setup.
Yeah, so this is a song that I wrote with a friend of mine, Mr. Simon Hook, and it's called "Been a Long Time Coming." Been a long time coming, and my door don't lock anymore. It's been a long time coming. Acid rains are gonna fall. God's earth is crying, and Lord, we're down upon our knees. Many moons have risen, looking out to sea. Many moons have risen. It's gonna happen to me. God's earth is speaking. Oh, I wonder where we're gone. The water's rising, there ain't no more higher ground. The water is rising, the poison all around. God's earth is shouting, and precious time is come and gone.
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's definitely a timely
Thank you.
song there,
Thank you, Mark.
Vern. Definitely a timely song. And of course, Sitka is right on the ocean, sea level. And with climate change and all that, places like right on the, coast around the world are most vulnerable, plus everything else, all the fish and the temperatures of the ocean and everything. So let's hope that we can get something done. Leaders of the world and people need to kind of get grassroots things going to try to at least get some action done. And Vern got his new, brand spanking new Martin guitar with him today. Let's spotlight that guitar just for a second.
Woo, I was going to ask you about that, Vern. I thought that was new. That's a beauty.
Yeah, it's I've been playing guitar for I think probably about 60 years, and I've had some good guitars, but they've been hand-me-downs and things like that. And this is my first major guitar, and I'm loving it. It's really nice. It's a sweet guitar.
Yeah,
Good for you. Good for you.
Okay, well, thanks, Vern, and we're gonna go on to Miss Jessica Ringle over there in Black Mountain, North Carolina.
All righty.
And again, if you're just joining us, we all used to live in Sitka, and Vern and Ted still do. And so it's kind of a Sitka reunion and song swap.
Yep, good friends. Good friends. And Brant, you didn't have me introduce you, but I guess you don't need any introduction. I guess because you got introduced the first shot. But Brant is an amazing songwriter, and I'm just going to put a little pop in for him. And he's finally getting to enjoy his retirement and just put his energies totally into his music. So I'm really happy for him.
Well,
and
thanks,
really
Jessica,
appreciate
and I appreciate that. It's a lot of fun to be able to do more music now. And all right, well, I'll let you have the spotlight.
All right. So this song, anybody that's ever been in an addictive relationship or has ever been addicted to anything, this song might be relevant to you. It's called A Fix Don't Work. Used to fill this hole in my heart by putting someone in it that only works nowadays for maybe half a minute. I burned all my bridges behind me. I got no place to hide. There's a cold wind blows through my soul. It feels like something's died. A fix don't work anymore. A fix don't work anymore. A fix don't work like it did before. Mama said you could lose yourself in the arms of a man, but all they ever gave her was the back of their hand. I followed in her footsteps. It's been a losing game. I still got this loneliness and a hunger I can't tame. A fix don't work anymore. A fix don't work anymore. A fix don't work like it did before. Think I'll take this exercise Brant. Get off this crazy ride, 'cause the road I've been looking for leads someplace deep inside. I'm stripping it to the barrel. I'm finally on my own. Feels like I'm about to swing on heaven's gate. I can feel it in my bones. My fix don't work anymore. My fix don't work anymore. My fix don't work like it did before. My fix don't work anymore. A fix just drags on the wall. A fix don't work for me anymore. Think I'll fill this hole in my heart by putting myself in it.
Lovely song. It's a beauty and so
Thanks.
full of feeling and meaning and emotion. And thank you for writing it.
Thanks, Brant.
Yeah. And all right. Well, I guess we're going to go on to Mr. Ted Howard back in Sitka. See what he has for us in that old. What's that LG? What's that guitar?
LG2.
LG2. Wow.
The nearest I can figure out is 1961 or 2, I think, maybe 3.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I wanted to mention that, and Jessica, I don't know if you're following YouTube, but Mark Stevens is watching us from Wisconsin.
Oh, cool.
So, hi, Mark, and thank you for coming in. He was in a band we had, Jessica and I, back in the early 80s in Nashville, called 16th Avenue, of all things. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. So, Ted.
Well, this song is a song about my adoption. I was adopted at age 2 weeks, and this is a true story. Oh, Mama and Papa couldn't have any kids, so I'm gonna tell you just what they did. They tried and they tried for 7 long years. They were filled with joy, they were filled with tears. The agent said they was one of many couples wanting kids who couldn't have any. And they waited for the telephone ring, adopted me late that spring. Our childhood days were filled with fun. I never felt like secondhand son. I'd sing and play and dance and run. Oh, Mama never called me a secondhand son. Mama never called me a secondhand son. Mama never called me a secondhand son. Oh, Mama never called me a secondhand son. I'd go to school, the kids would tease me. Mama told me that the kids were wrong. Said she and Papa got to choose me. Other folks had to take what came along. That's true. And it wasn't long before they knew, oh, that their hearts were big enough for 2. Yeah, everything turned out okay. I got a brother on Valentine's Day. Our childhood days were filled with fun. We never felt like secondhand sons. We'd sing and play and dance and run. Oh, Mama never called us secondhand sons. Mama never called us secondhand sons. Mama never called us secondhand sons. Oh, Mama never called called us secondhand sons. Well, it's been 20 years since she passed away. It sure doesn't seem like it's been that long. I wish that she could be here today. I know she'd love to hear this song. Our childhood days were filled with fun. We never felt like secondhand sons. We'd sing and play and dance and run. Mama never called us secondhand sons. Mama never called us secondhand sons. Our childhood days were filled with fun. We never felt like a secondhand son. We sing and play and dance and run. Oh, Mama never called us secondhand son. Mama never called us secondhand son. Mama never called us secondhand son. Oh, Mama never called us secondhand son.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great song, yeah.
Great song, great story about your life. And
Thank you.
yeah, that's really some good picking too, Ted.
Thank you.
I know you're a multi-instrumentalist, right?
Yes, sir.
I know you play a mandolin that's got like a resonator on it that, yeah, it's good. It's a banjo killer, I guess they call that, right?
Yeah.
And what else do you play?
A fiddle and bass and a little banjo in the closet.
Well, that's good. And is there anywhere people can go to find any of your music? Have you recorded anything?
Haven't recorded a lick, you know.
Man,
just
it's about
just
time.
Well, yeah, you know, it's just keeping it to home, I guess.
Okay. Well, you got
Actually,
a lot of I know you have a lot of.
Well, I actually on the Facebook site, we have about 150 videos. The Sitka Folk Virtual Open Mic.
Okay.
And there's about 150 videos, and I've got about a dozen or so on there of tunes I've written.
Well, people need to check it out because some great stuff, and you get played with some great folks up there, I know, as well.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I guess it's coming around to me again, and I just want to let folks now know that, first of all, this is Brant Miller and friends, and this group of friends is from Alaska, or formerly from Alaska, and we're going to keep on going a little bit past whatever time it is, the half hour. It's just coming up because we really haven't, no end time we have to stop, and I think we all have maybe a couple more songs we could do if everyone's okay with hanging out a little bit. Do I hear yay? Okay, so we might get to do like 4 songs, so hope folks can hang in with us. And again, thanks to Farm and Kiara for helping out with the tech stuff here. Appreciate that a bunch. And Annie Caps and the whole gang at Farm for putting this great conference on. And all right, I'm going to do one that I kind of had an idea for this song several years ago and wrote it in my little song list and didn't do anything about it until I looked at it one time and said, wow, that's not a bad one. So it just happened that it's about Dublin. It just happened just a little bit of time after that, ended up taking a trip with my wife Patricia and Vern and his wife Ruth. We met in Galway, Ireland, and spent a couple weeks there and played some music and listened to a lot of music and drank a few pints of Guinness, I think. So anyway, this was written before we went there, but it's based on a guy who has hard times where he is. I guess it's in America, and he's needing a big change. I've heard about the luck of the Irish. I could use a wee bit of it now. There's nothing at the end of my rainbow but a deep, dark hole to fall down. And all my fields have turned brown. So I bought a one-way ticket to fly across the pond with dreams of green and Guinness and a sweet lass on my arm. It may be pure blarney, I'm betting it all on, but I gotta trade these troubles for something. And it's Dublin or nothing. I'm gonna join those Dublin City let me start that one again, because I said grifters, and the grifters isn't what I wanted to join. I'm gonna join those Dublin City buskers, play guitar on old Grafton Street. 4 tips, a beer, and a good story, and life will be simple and sweet. The one I'm living here is killing me, and I bought a one-way ticket to fly across the pond with dreams of green and Guinness and a sweet lass on my arm. It may be pure blarney, I'm betting it all on, but the die is cast, the engines are rumbling, and it's Dublin or nothing. And I bought a one-way ticket to fly across the pond with dreams of green and Guinness and a sweet lass on my arm. It may be pure blarney, I'm betting it all on, but I gotta trade these troubles for something. The die is cast, the engines are rumbling, and it's Dublin or nothing. Oh, it's Dublin or nothing. Lord, it's Dublin or nothing. Yeah, it's Dublin or nothing.
All right, Brant.
All right. Well, thank you. I love how, when you get tongue twisted and lyric challenged and all that kind of stuff, but anyway, you get the idea. And the next up, we're scouting around with Vern again, Mr. Vern Culp in Sitka, Alaska.
Hey, Brant. So this next song is a song that I wrote a couple of years ago, and it was after a kind of a spell of writer's block, and I was sitting on the couch, and I says, "Come on, just write a song, write a murder ballad," and in about a half an hour, this song was done. It's called Leah. There was no murder in it. We were floating down the river one Saturday night. And the river was singing a sweet lullaby. And when I looked in her eyes, the stars did shine. Leah and me on the river that night. Well, I kissed her lips and I held her tight. She was so soft and warm in the pale moonlight. And there was nothing but us in the whole magic world. Leah and me on the river that night. But I did not know the water was rolling and boiling over our boulder beds. I woke up on the beach, no one in sight. Why was I spared on the river that night? Well, I built us a home on the river's edge. And we sit on the porch every Saturday night. And we listen to the song the river sings. Leah and me on the river that night.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
pretty,
Jeez.
real pretty, and
Sad.
sad. But a great one, Vern. It
Thank you,
sounded
Brant.
good with that new Martin guitar too.
Yeah. It feels good to play, man.
Yeah, it looks like. Did you get a haircut or something?
It's a COVID cut, Brant.
Did you give yourself one when you know Ruth was gone? You tried to give yourself one.
It's just the old razor just.
Okay. All right. Well, good job. It looks good. Anything looks good on you, Vern.
Well, you're my friend.
It does look good though, Vern. Yeah, I think it
Thanks.
looks really good. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm liking the look.
And we're gonna go on right now to Miss Jessica Ringle, and again in Black Mountain, North Carolina.
Yeah, buddy. Well, this is a brand new one. I was just visiting with Brant last weekend, I think it was. Wasn't or last week? It wasn't that. It seems like a long time ago now, but it wasn't very long ago.
2 weeks. I don't know.
I had a week from hell at work, so it's just it seems like I lived a year this week. But anyway, I wrote this song, and my favorite way to write songs is to be in the car and be on a road trip. And something about having that time on the road helps me write songs. But anyway, I wrote this one, and I'm hoping I can get through it. But it's brand new, so we'll see how it goes. Whoa, woo, that's not so good. All right, wait a minute. I've been up for 23 hours too, so that doesn't help. If we could only be kind, what a world this would be. If would only be kind, let you be you and me be me. We can agree to disagree. You never have to think like me. Though it'd be nice. Why can't we keep an open mind and remember to be kind? If we could only be kind, call the truce and put down our guns. If we could only be kind, we'd light this world like 1,000 suns. Why can't we? I never want to take away from you your right to have your point of view. Why can't we find a softer place to land where we try to understand? If we would only be kind, get together, me and you. If we could only be kind, there's so much that we could do. I hope someday we'll find a way to help each other should we fall. I hope someday we'll find it in our hearts to build bridges, yeah, bridges instead of walls. If we could only be kind, what a world this would be. If we could only be kind, let you be you and me be me. Get together, you and me. What a world this would be. Yeah, what a world this would be. Can't you see it? What a world this would be. If we would only be kind.
Yeah, wow. It's a great new one, Jess. You should drive around more. Take some more long trips like that. Man, you said you wrote 2 new ones on the way back?
I did.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I did.
Wow, that's great. Well, that's a song the world needs to hear now too.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's wonderful. Now I guess we're coming around to Ted now from Sitka once again. Ted Howard.
Well, this song came about. It had kind of 3 prongs to getting it started. The first one was reading something that Joan Didion wrote to the effect that she couldn't remember 3 of the people that she used to be. So that's interesting. And then we had a memorial service for my dad, and all the family came, and we rented a house, and they had a big oak table on it, and we put pictures on the oak table, and it was the focal point for the whole weekend, just gathering around looking at the old photos. And the third prong to this song was an outspoken dinner guest came and looked at an old photo of mine on the wall, and when I was much thinner, and she said, "What happened to you?" I said, "Okay, thank you." So the name of this song is "Whatever Happened to Me." Oh, the pictures were spread on the table that night, our lives laid out in old black and white. We joked and we laughed and we passed them around. We talked of who we were then and what we are now. There's a picture of me and my bike, my 2-wheel ticket to freedom and pride. I'd ride and I'd ride with the wind in my face. Yeah, my world back then was a simpler place. Whatever happened to me? Where is that young boy that I used to be? With the gap-toothed grin and the skinned-up knee. Whatever happened to me? There is a picture of skinny young me, just getting married at age 23. Now I'm old and I'm sore, my hair's turned gray. I think of the changes I made along the way. Whatever happened to me? Where is that young man that I used to be? With a goofy old grin for his bride-to-be. Whatever happened to me? We all go down that road and we make some wrong turns. We pay a price for the lessons we learn. I just press on, do what I can. I'm trying my best to be a good man. Whatever happened to me? Where is that young boy that I used to be? With a gap-toothed grin and a skinned-up knee. Whatever happened to me?
Nice.
All right.
Wow, that's
Thank
a
you.
sweet song, Ted.
Thank you, thank you.
Really nice.
Really touching and moving, and wow, some great songs, Mark and everybody tonight. And those great songs, and I guess it's my spotlight's on me now, so I better deliver. Anyway, hopefully there's still some folks checking us out and watching at Farm, the conference, and also on the YouTube live stream that we have out there for friends and family and folks that might be dropping by that way. So again, I'm Brant Miller, and I'm from Nashville, and got some friends here from Alaska, Vern Culp and Ted Howard, and Jessica Ringle from North Carolina, Black Mountain, and we all used to live in Alaska, so this is kind of the theme of this little part of the showcase. And I'm going to do a song that I wrote a couple of years ago now, kind of inspired this, at the Folk Alliance, my first Folk Alliance conference in Kansas City back in 2018, and I like to tell a story and probably tell it too much and too long, but they had a song challenge from Kerrville folks, pick a title that they kind of put a bunch of titles in there in a jar, and I picked one out that had this title, and I was supposed to write the song during the week of Folk Alliance, and then you could play it at the end. So that's what I did. I wrote most of it and played it there, and so I finished it when I got back and came up with this, and it's actually on my latest CD from 2020 called Roots, Rhymes, and Branches. If anyone wants to check it out, it's on my website. That's been up there in the chat. And anyway. If it didn't have a light glowing bright from a screen, if it didn't have some murder and mayhem in each scene, if I didn't get a buzz once it entered my bloodstream. Had no interest in that, no interest in that. If it wasn't in the tabloids, stacked up in the checkout line, if it made me think too much after a long and hard day's grind, if a homeless guy was wanting, I would look away each time. Had no interest in that. That's how I used to feel, that's how I used to be, until I stared into the eyes of a man who wasn't free. Against my better judgment, it became my concern. Now I just can't let it go, 'cause we've got no time to burn. If it doesn't come from love, if it doesn't lead to grace, if it doesn't bring a smile to at least one worried face, if it doesn't leave our planet just a little better place, got no interest in that. We all can have a vision, we all can have a dream, we all can make it true, as hard as it may seem. Alone it's all but futile, but together it will come, with a million hearts and minds working hard to get it done. If it doesn't bring some justice, if it doesn't bring some joy, if it doesn't fill the bellies of some hungry girls and boys, if it doesn't help to lift us from this dark and growing void, got no interest in that, no interest in that. I got no interest in that, no interest in that. I got no interest in that.
All right, Brant. I've always loved that song. It's a good song.
Thanks so much. And all right, well, we're going to do one more round and going a little over the hour, but we have no time limit. We're not going to do the full to 1:30, 12:30, or whatever in Sitka it is, 30. But we're going to all go around one more time, starting with Vern Culp again in beautiful, wonderful Sitka, Alaska.
Well, one thing, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
One thing that I have to say is that, you know, I have a hard time with all this technology and stuff, but this Zoom thing has been really wonderful, bringing us all together again, and it's been fun.
You're here.
This song is a song I wrote a long time ago, before I was married, and I was living in a little cabin on a little island outside of Sitka here. Let's see. Oh. I kind of lost it.
What's what you're not seeing or hearing?
Oh God, I'm not. I got it.
Okay, good.
Sorry. It's called Thousands of Seeds. Thousands of seeds falling from the sky. Two will live, and the rest will die. When I look into your eyes. I feel like I'm falling from the sky. When love comes your way, should we know from the very first day? Millions of years have brought me here today, all lined up pointing the way. So I know there's something I'm to do. I just don't know with who. When love comes your way, should we know from the very first day? An ocean of tears has fallen on the floor. Still I hide a key under the door. Save my last and only dime, 'cause I know there'll be a time. Yeah. A note from you, a safe fall. A note from you, a say to call. When love comes your way, we will learn to say I love you.
Ooh,
All right, thanks.
very, very
Beautiful.
and,
Thank you.
atmospheric and great guitar playing too, Vern.
Well, thanks.
Really takes you off somewhere in another place. At least that's what it did to me. So great, and we're going to have once again coming around, getting dizzy here, going around and around in our song circle, but it's a good dizzy. And Jessica Ringle, North Carolina mountains, the Black Mountain, will be coming around now.
All right. Well, I'm going to sing something a cappella. I'll sing a love song that I wrote a while back, and it's called What If. What if the sky was tired of being blue? What if the birds on high no longer flew? What if the waves refused to come back into shore? That'd be about like me not loving you anymore. What if the sun decided not to shine, and all the winos gave up drinking wine? What if the armies of the world stopped making war? that'd be about like me not loving you anymore. Well, it would never happen. It could never ever be. I can't imagine a world without you and me. Well, it would never happen. Horses might as well fly. The world will have to stop spinning before I'll say goodbye. What if the winter didn't turn to spring? What if the robins all forgot to sing? What if the rich gave all their money to the poor? That'd be about like me not loving you anymore. Well, it would never happen. It could never, ever, ever be. I can't imagine a world without you and me. Well, it would never, 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 never happen. Horses might as well fly. The world will have to stop spinning before I'll say goodbye. What if the sky was tired of being blue? Oh, that's about the time when I leave you.
Oh, that's such a great song. Guess I can see that. Well, that's great. You do it so great, a cappella, but I can see that with like a jazz trio or something. Too wonderful.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Brant.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get around to Ted and back in Sitka, Ted Howard, and see what he has for us now.
Well,
Where are you guys singing from anyway, exactly, in Sitka?
We are in the manager's house outside the Pioneer home. And so the view out our window is the edifice of the facade of the Pioneer's home in Sitka.
Which is the kind of the old folks, the home
Yes.
for people who've lived in Alaska for a long time, and I know it well. I played there, used to play there for folks once in a while when I lived there. All right.
I used to work there.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Right. All of the history with the
And
Pioneer. If we're lucky, someday we'll stay. Well, we'll stay.
I've got my application in.
Okay, Ted. Well,
Now, this next song is kind of a challenge song, like you had. I was, we were given a magazine and told to look through and find a title of an article or the catchphrase of a commercial or something that would be a title for a song. And the title that I found was "Poor Old Willie." And it was all about William Somerset Maugham and how nobody ever read him anymore. So, but I thought that would make a good kind of folky country song, and "Poor Old Willie" it is. And I have to explain to people up here that bless his heart isn't necessarily a good thing for somebody to say. So, poor old Willie gets his heart blessed.
Same over here.
Yeah.
Down south, bless her heart, bless his heart. It's kind of like a, look at what he's done again. Bless his heart.
Yeah, my mother was from Mississippi, and she'd say something like, he's as homely as a mud fence. Bless his heart. Yeah. So, but this song, "Poor Old Willie." Pushed his shopping cart through the dusty streets of town, picking up the the rusty cans of metal from the ground. He was toting plastic bags of cans and bottles that he found. A man's gotta do what he can. I don't see how Willie made a living that way. People said he slept beneath the bridge down by the bay. Every afternoon he'd ask the scrapyard for his pay. A man's gotta do what he can. Poor old Willie was his name throughout the town. Bless his heart, they say, when he came around. Poor old Willie, just another homeless man, trying to make it through this life, doing the best he can. Trying to make it through this life, doing the best he can. Willie had a hound dog that was glued to his side. He fed it, he brushed it, treated it with pride. That dog howled 6 hours the night that Willie died. Poor old Willie was his name throughout the town. Bless his heart, they'd say, when he came around. Poor old Willie, just another homeless man, trying to make it through this life, doing the best he can. Trying to make it through this life, doing the best he can. Willie shocked the town when they learned he had a will, leaving thousands to the humane shelter perched up on the hill. They hung a plaque on the wall, you can read it there still. A man's gotta do what he can. Poor old Willie was his name throughout the town. Bless his heart, they'd say, when he came around. Poor old Willie, just another homeless man, trying to make it through this life, doing the best he can. Trying to make it through this life, doing the best he can.
Oh.
Yeah, that's great, Ted.
Thank
Love
you,
it.
thank you.
Great song, Ted. You got a lot of them, and yeah, you need to put out a record sometime.
Well, thank you.
And yeah, you really do. So,
I appreciate that.
well, I guess I'm gonna finish it off tonight for everybody, and thanks again, Kiara, for you might want to just say hi to everyone, just real quick, just to, the anonymous.
Hello.
Thanks, Kiara. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Hey, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, it's great to have, and you can stay on here for the rest of it, and if you want, or you can.
I'm right here.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been great having you here and helping us out and just hanging out. So, and I guess I'm going to finish off with probably one of my most recent songs. This is one. Find my pick. Oh, take the capo off. Many little steps to do, and you. This is about kind of trying to fight the good fight, like a lot of us are doing, and change the world. And at the end of the day, it comes down to having, people that you love and who love you. And that's what this is about, I guess. Kind of the shelter that we all need. Every day feels more like the end is nearing. From the war and the hate to the heat and forest they're clearing. Folks are fighting all over the land, but under this roof with you, our love still stands. Our love still stands, stronger than steel, softer than silk when it's time to heal. When winds of fate topple our best laid plans, our love still stands. As the world comes crashing down around us, we try not to let despair overwhelm us. We're working hard to change all we can, but wherever the chips may fall, our love still stands. Our love still stands, stronger than steel, softer than silk when it's time to heal. When winds of fate topple our best laid plans, our love still stands. There's so much to be worrying about, but in each other's arms we have no doubt that our love still stands, stronger than steel, softer than silk when it's time to heal. Winds of fate topple our best laid plans, our love still stands. Our love still stands. Our love still stands. Our love still stands.
Yeah.
Thank
All right,
you,
Brant.
all. And can we get us all together here in a group picture? Anyone who's still up here, including Michael and Nell, if they're here, and Pete, and
I don't think they're here anymore.
I see there is a picture, so we'd like to see your wonderful.
I turned my lights off.
Okay, well that's fine. Everybody, come on, get on the screen here, because we want to say goodbye to everybody and each other. And Vern. Oh, you're here. I'm sorry. I've seen two names there. Okay, and can we
There we go.
get in gallery now? Let's see, gallery. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, folks, it's great playing with you tonight and hearing all the great songs. And folks out there in virtual land, and thanks for stopping in and listening. And peace and love. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot, Brant.
Thanks, Vern.
Thanks for doing this, Brant.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, it was
Thanks,
really
Brant.
wonderful.
Great
It was
speaking.
really fun. Nice
Okay.
meeting all y'all.
Yeah,
Thanks, Kiara.
lovely hearing you.
Thanks.
All right.
Lovely hearing you guys, man. It was really great.
Okay.
Wonderful songwriters.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you.
Very good.
And
Now, be well, everybody.
Yeah.
Stay happy and healthy.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Thanks again, Brant.
Okay, I stopped the recording, so I guess if we want to hang out for a minute, anyone who wants to say, chat, we can, but I guess YouTube is still going on, so let me get to that.
Yeah. Yeah, you could stop YouTube also.
Yeah. I am, okay, end stream. Okay. Here we go.
Ooh, it's nice to see you, Vern.
Hey, Brant.